Good morning, everyone. Welcome to session 4 of module 1. In this session, we'll be dealing with types of transit, multiple choices questions, and references. So, in this transit, we'll be dealing with monorail. So, this is a typical figure of monorail. It's a railway track with single rail or beam. Steel wheel or rubber tire supports are there, or it may be suspended. It runs on large beam or inside an enclosed box structure. It's a grade separated guide. The trains are articulated. 4-car units are there, about 42-meter long by 2.6-meter wide, with having a seat capacity of 60 seats with a capacity of 250 passengers. Okay. So next mode is light rail transit. So it is a typical figure of light rail transit. It has a lower capacity speed than heavy rail metro. It is powered by overhead electric wires. It runs on shared right of way with or without grade crossings or in mixed traffic lanes on city streets. The tracks can be laid in three generic right of way categories. Cars are articulated, 28-meter long, 2.65-meter wide with 75 seats. The trains vary from 2 to 4 cars carrying about 300 seated passengers and total of up to 750 passengers. So next you have is commuter rail. So commuter rail is also called as regional rail. So the suburban rail or transport service between city centers, outer suburbs and commuter towns. So people travel on daily basis. Okay. So it has schedules are there and runs at a speed of 50 to 200 kilometers per hour based on operating passenger trains on tracks of general railroad system shared with freight trains. So commuter rail can carry about 75,000 passengers per hour per direction. Okay. So next mode is bus rapid transit. So this is the typical of bus rapid transit. So here highest capacity bus based transit system is there. It delivers fast, comfortable, cost effective service is there, and it has a dedicated lines, busways, traffic signal priority is there, off-board fare collections are there, elevated platforms and enhanced stations. And it has a reserved right of way, permit higher speeds and avoid delays from general traffic flows. And it has a limited access roadways or prioritization at grade bus movements through signalized intersections. Okay. So next, depending upon the mode where it is used, grade separation is needed or not, and what should be the curve. So metro rails are mainly used in intercity. It has a grade separated intersection and the curve is around 300 meter. Then commuter rails are used at suburbs and it has at grade intersection and curve will be 300 meter. Rail, light rail, it is mainly used in intracity at grade or grade separated. Then you have bus rapid and monorail. Bus rapid has at grade and used in intracity, and monorail also used at intracity. It has mainly grade separated intersection. Then next, depending upon underground versus overground. So the choice of separation mainly depends upon availability of right of way, cost, visual and aesthetic impact, vibrations, pollutions, and future developments. Okay. So last mode of transit is paratransit system. So here for for higher flexible passenger transportation and demand responsive transport. So higher cost is there, reduced ridership, short trip length. Then employment opportunities and feeder system. So the main benefits are time utility, increased productivity, and economic growth. It bridges urban and rural mobility, increase ridership of existing public transport. Okay. So coming to multiple choices question. So monorail is a single rail with rubber tire supports. Whether it is true or false? Answer is A, that is true. Next, commuter rail is also called as regional rail. True or false? Answer is A, that is true. Next, bus rapid transit has reserved right of way. Answer is A, that is true. So these are some of the references